Namaste, blessings and greetings, my angels. Welcome back. This is Sacred Sagittarius, Angels Answers All. This is going to be your weekend general reading, followed by your weekend general love reading. These readings are free and for your enjoyment. I take my time to do this for you, for the Sagittarius community, as I have done so over the years. All I ask is that you share, like, comment, hit the subscribe button, and also the all notification bell. So this way, hopefully, you will get contacted by YouTube every time I upload content. And that works out really great because I do see that many of my subscribers, about 95% of you, tend to view the videos on your mobile device, which is your cell phone. So if you're on the go, you want to know that I'm uploading content so you can watch it at the bus, at your desk, wherever you are in your walk of life. I thank you in advance and know that when you share, like, or comment on a video, or even go from being a cross watcher to a subscriber, you help the content of these videos be pushed through the YouTube algorithm with the common goal that it will get to the rest of the community. But more importantly for me, that it gets reached to those who receive and need to receive these messages in which I am guided to. Okay, we've cleanse and bless the space. You know, I always clear, pray, and shuffle decks beforehand. I might do a little bit, but I try to keep the videos under 30 minutes. And remember, I timestamp so you can always go back at your leisure, because I always suggest that you watch a video fully, because you never know, just where you decide to stop watching, that's where there might be a message for you. I'm guided to 2 messages for our energy for this weekend. Try to be the bearer of only good news today, and try to live that, even though we know it's difficult, you know, and I know we try not to watch negative content with all the negative things going on in the world. So it's very important to try to be the bearer of good news, to read a scripture, to say something kind, just to smile to someone and to be nice. And as you do that, you'll be able to bring good news within yourself and remind yourself that there is still good within the world and within you. We also get another message. Listen to your intuition and make a decision. Listen to your intuition and make a decision. Some of you today might be in a crossroads of your life where you have to make a decision, and you might be coming to my channel or to another channel for guidance or any clues coming from the angels and your ancestors. Always tap into your intuitiveness as well first, because your gut reaction and your gut feeling usually is the primary answer that you should be going with. So work with your relationship with your intuition and trust it. Okay. Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing us together, blessing this space. We are now starting this video at 3:05. So this is your weekend general reading. Let's start out with the Animal Spirit deck. This is one of 2 Animal Spirit decks that I have. I don't really see a need to buy any more. I love these 2 decks. What is the Animal Spirit message for this weekend? We get the baboon. Now, it did come out in reverse, and I am holding the deck upright, so I am going to take it as a reverse. So in the upright, it would be, in love and declarations of passion, heartfelt communications is the key. But in the reverse, maybe you aren't feeling so passionate about the things. Maybe you're not communicating. And it's not just in love, just in life. You're not showing your passion in life. Are you conveying to yourself first and then unto others what it is that you desire? This could be a clear message that you're not even connecting with yourself intuitively. You're not being honest with yourself and really having that deep communication with what it is that you desire. Where's your path in life? What is it that you feel your purpose is? Is there something that you need maybe to retrain or to stay away from, or something that you need to gravitate to? You know, we all get to different stages in our life with the uncertainty, but unless we have those heartfelt communications and talks within ourselves and to others, we will lose our way, and then we will be left like in a hangman state. Declare your passion. Let the universe know what it is that you desire to do so they can help and guide you towards it. The bottom of the deck, okay, we got another reversed. We got the owl energy in the reverse, and now it's seek out deeper knowledge to see through deception. So not only are some of you closed off this weekend in communicating to yourself and answering your own questions or seeking the answers to those questions, you're also not seeking the knowledge that you need to move forward. So maybe you need shadow work done. If you haven't watched my shadow work video for this month, maybe take a look at that. Maybe there's some fear built up within you that you're afraid to bring those conversations out. Maybe sometimes we're just insecure with our ideas and what it is that we want to do with our life or our purpose. And maybe we feel if we speak to others, they might, giggle or find it silly. But if you have passion for something, if you have a desire to do something or be somewhere in life, you need to speak it into momentum. You need to live your life with that purpose in mind. And not wanting to seek deeper knowledge, not only does it hurt you professionally and personally, knowledge is the key thing when you're trying to fight against the deception and the evils of the world. And this is a real important time in life where we need to be on our P's and Q's. We need to know what's going on, what's coming from the right, what's coming from the middle, what's in our peripheral. So don't block yourself out of not knowing what it is that you need to know. The middle deck, we finally get our upright with the Panda energy. Enjoy the sanctuary of solitude to regain self-esteem and tranquility. So one step you can do to get back focus and open up your heart and your mind and soul to concentrate and communicate what it is that you want to do and to be aware of deception or fake people in your life or fake partners is to take a break. Find that time of solitude, that moment of peace. Sometimes we can't get away even if we try, right? Because there's always people around us, family, friends, the job. But you've got to find those moments, even if it's just to run to your local church or synagogue or gargoyle, wherever you can find your quiet space where you're not disturbed, so you can hear your inner voice, so you can communicate with spirit and the universe and your angels to reestablish that connection and to gather that moment of peace so that you can have clear thoughts and focus and regain your self-esteem. Because as you shut yourself out, that's where the lower vibration energy comes into play and it affects your self-esteem. And most importantly, your tranquility and your peace. Because you're definitely not at peace when you feel confused or you feel nervous or uncertain about your life and the future. So thank you, animal spirits, for those messages. We also get the message of dreams. Are you having a lot of dreams this week? Or maybe there may be some dreams coming towards you this weekend. The angels are guiding you as you're sleeping. So messages, some of the questions and petitions you've been putting out to the universe, not just this month, but all your life. The angels have been visiting you. But again, if you're closed off, if you're not really connecting or trying to connect and make yourself available and open, you're not going to be able to receive those messages, right? People can't go through a closed door. You have to be able to leave that door open for the spiritual work in your life to take place. With animal protection, Archangel Ariel is presenting you with opportunities to be of service to animals. A reminder to those of you who have animals in your care, if you have a pet, no matter what type of pet it is, from a barn animal to a cat or dog, a rabbit, etc., take care of those pets. And for the pets that you don't have, but the pets that you see, in the zoo or you just see in your neighborhood, speak on it when you see something happening to a pet, or if you see, a deceased pet on the road, right? How many times drivers along your traffic, you see a dead deer or something? Report that. Don't let them suffer. If you see, again, someone who's not taking care of their pets, they have excessive amount of pets and they're running, not only are they a danger to themselves, but it could be a danger to community. So animal protection just isn't about just loving the pets that you have within your home, but it's also making sure the pets that you come across, that you see in your everyday walk of life, to be an advocate for them because they can't speak for themselves. With the card of serenity, the angels are awakening you to your inner and outer peace. Again, they're trying to bring us back to this aha moment, this moment of calm, this moment of zen, with the numeric energy of 37, which is 10, which comes to 1, bringing us back to our center, to our core, back to us, focusing with tranquility, giving us the energy that we need to move forward with strength and dignity. There's a lot going on, and a lot is dragging our attention and, kind of putting our energies all over the place. You cannot be fooled, nor can you be discouraged, nor should you be disoriented, okay, to absorb too much of what's going on right now. Because a lot of it is to deter you, to keep you from focusing, to keep you angry, to keep the anxiety and worry going, so that you can't focus, so that you can't live life and be of a good servant, not only to yourself and others. So allow peace and serenity to stay focused in your life and to be a control base in your life, despite all the chaos and all the negativity and toxicity that is going on in the world. You keep your core, your base, your foundation. As 1111 just showed up, the angelic number, you keep that to be your center, so that no matter what misinformation you're getting, you stay true to what you know is true in your heart. Okay, I love that. We also get the message of the energy of the death card. This is a time not only of physical death for many in the world, but also it's a big time in our lifetime, in this century, for spiritual transformation, as well as the unexpected time for change, which we see is going on globally, and new beginnings. And although these shifts and challenges can be very traumatic, which they are in these cases, they often lead to a newfound lease on life. So let that be a ringtone to your heart and soul, that things are going to get better despite all this dark and gloom. Like I said, you keep the positivity, you keep the candle glowing, you keep being the light in the world, because this will all turn around. I apologize, the incense. The moon energy, well, during tough times, tough things happen, not necessarily all good, and it has to correct itself in the end. But don't fear, because there's still a lot to happen that we have no clue that is going to happen. So there's still a lot more unknown to us. And even to those who are calling the shots, right? Those who are making the money moves and all the big decisions. They don't even know what's going to happen next, even though they might have plans. As we always say, man makes plans, but God laughs. And God will be laughing ultimately when He takes back control of society and makes life being loving and kind, being a community as He always wanted it to be, bringing light into the situation and keeping us out of the hands of darkness, so that it doesn't consume us, that we live life in harmony as God intended. So it's essential to still be mindful, and He decides that caution us that something is not always as it seems, even though they might be showing you signs and communicating something is one way, it can be the actual other way. So be careful, like I said, for misinformation, and look through your third eye chakra, right? And look deeper into what is really being shown to you. Remember, ultimately, God has the final answer. Follow your own intuition and cut out the false perceptions, the false chatter, the negative communication and data, so you can truly recognize what is real. And ultimately, in doing that, you will be strong to muster through these uncertain times, these challenging times, to do what is best not only for you, but for your family, to make the right decisions that will ultimately secure your family, secure your prosperity, keep you healthy, keep you well informed, but most of all, keep you at peace, so that you don't have an excessive amount of doubt, worries, or stress. Let's tap into the tarot. What are the additional messages for Sagittarius this weekend? Okay. Underlying message, the Ace of Wands, beginnings, right? So let's see what we have here. We have the Seven of Cups, we have the Ten of Wands, we have the Queen of Pentacles, and we also have the Three of Wands. You know, right now, our emotions are all over the place, but even though they are all over the place, we are still containing and keeping control of what is most important to us, what is dear to us. It's not even the physical things, it's the emotional things that we fought for, the emotional things that matter to us as people, as God's children, all the things that we've won and acquired through this lifetime emotionally that we fought for. That is what we are concentrating on. And it's going to be a struggle to maintain some of it, okay? And a lot of us are overburdened with the fact that things are trying to be taken away from us or things are trying to be changed so drastically. But we have to stay on top of things. And one way to stay on top of things is to make sure that you are staying on top of your career and your finances, that your household is strong financially. If it isn't, this is the time to get your papers and things in order. Start making sure that you are solvent, that you can weather, right, the hard times and the challenging times and still manage to come out on top. You might not be the same. You might be a little, battered, a little bit tired for the struggle, but you will still be victorious because your strength, your muster, and your belief in God and the belief in your own sustainability, being the light, being sourceful, being resilient, and being hopeful will get you through. You're trying to find ways to salvage through, to muster through. You're trying to find new opportunities and new beginnings. And the more you look out into the universe as to how you can survive during these times, how you can change and adapt as things change and adapt, and don't just give up the fight. Yes, new opportunities will come to you, new ideas, new creations, new creativity, and partnerships and understanding will be available to you. Again, many of you, it's as though the world is in your hands, and what we decide to do individually and collectively right now is really going to determine what the future is going to be for our children and for those beyond us. We each have to decide where our part and role in life is, when it's time for us to join in and when it's time for us to just to be silent in the back, still working effectively but from a different standpoint. Sometimes you have to take the role of leadership as the emperor to show others the way. Sometimes it just takes one person to take that role of leadership to guide and collect other people's thoughts and ideas to bring you to success and joy. While some of you might be timid and scared again, and because of your anxiety, you will just stay by the waistlines and not want to participate or not to engage because you are scared, because you're frightened. That means you have not built up enough strength. You don't believe in your own ability and strength, which then gives you the feeling that you're being left out in the cold. But are you being left out in the cold? Or are you allowing others to leave you out in the cold because you doubt your own security, you doubt your own ability to strive, despite what blockage others might be trying to put through your way? You have to start communicating, you have to start networking, you have to start rebuilding and continue to build whatever it is that you want, despite the setbacks. Many of you have financial fortitude and financial security that is going to allow you to move and to make moves, while others of you, not so much. This is going to be where those who are strong are going to forge forward, and those who are weak and those who don't have the faith and don't take the time and notion to take action and to act upon in a good way with positive intention, they're going to be the ones who are going to feel left out in the cold. In the middle of the deck, even those of you who have everything, that have done everything, have given and received as much as you can in life, some of you will walk away from it if you feel that is not where you need to be right now. We all have cycles of life and completions in life where we need to move forward. Even if it hurts leaving behind the family that we love, the things that we've acquired, the relationships and emotional connections and ties that we have made. But if God or the universe, our intuition is driving us to move somewhere else because we are needed somewhere else, then that's where you must go, and that's where you should go. At the bottom of the deck, and why? The death card. Because everything has a beginning as well as an ending. And in order for you to start new beginnings and to create new relationships and new partnerships and new business, right? And new opportunities, sometimes you do have to close, if not most times, close other doors before you can walk through into new opportunities and new doors. So don't be afraid when transition is upon you, whether you voluntarily want to do the change or is forced upon you. Know that the change is there for a reason, and you will become better for it. Let's get one final card. Some of you, like I said, you are blocked. You're blocked energetically. You're blocked spiritually. It could be intuitively you are blocking yourself. You could be your own worst enemy, or you're just giving in. You're not letting yourself be strong enough to deal with whatever it is that's going on. Raise your vibration. Gain back your strength. Start reading the Bible. Start saying your sacred verses. Start saying your positive affirmations. Go out there and be the light of the world that many of you were born and are born to be. Don't let your personal setbacks or those restrictions that others may be trying to put upon you stop you from living your dreams and stop you from moving forward. And being blinded and not wanting to see and to protect yourself from the toxicity that is going on doesn't help either. This is a time that you need to be aware. You need to take those blinders off. Because you never know when you might have to take action. You never know when you might have to communicate or come together. So in difficult times, it makes some people difficult, but it also brings those who are loving and kind together to fight the difficult situations, to come together in celebration and community, to light and to be the light in a world of darkness. As we come to a close with the energy of false person, we did get this message during the week as well. Be careful of the false and fake people in your life. There are people who are in your life to cause havoc with intentions to do that, whether it's because they dislike you or they have their own jealousy within themselves and disappointments within their journey. But be careful of those people who are around you that you already kind of sense, and your intuition usually lets you know when this person isn't quite who they say they are, and definitely not someone that you should surround yourself with or dare to share any personal information or secrets with. This false person or fake person could be living in your house. They could have been in your family room. They could have left something in a family room. So it's always good to, whenever you have guests, especially if you have guests in your house that you feel uneasy about, you just feel like there's something not right with them. It could be your immediate guest, or it could be a guest that someone brings into your home. It's always good to sage and, and smoke out your house and say your prayers, open up the windows, let some fresh air in, and just let whatever energy they brought in leave them. And check your space that no one has left something behind that can have negative energy attached to it. So be mindful of who you allow in your house, whether they're invited or not. And again, being sure to cleanse your space when you feel uncomfortable with a certain energy, and then checking to make sure they did not leave any physical thing in addition to spiritual energy behind that could be of some type of harm or negative, have a negative action towards you. It could also happen at your place of work. You can also have some where you work at that is jealous of your achievements or just jealous. You could be a very popular person on the job and people like you, and people can be jealous of your popularity. Silly to say, but yeah, even on the job there's jealousy, and there are fake people who seem to be your friends on the surface, but underneath they're talking about you behind your back. If some of you are traveling or going on a journey, on a trip, and you're going with other people within the group, or you meet people along your journey, as always, be very open to communicate and meet new people, but also have your boundaries and guard up, because there are people that even on travels are there to cause havoc in people's life or to do scams and stuff like that. So you just had to be careful in your walk of life, whether it's at your home, your job, or travel, just your day-to-day life. Be smart, be aware. Don't trust everyone and don't trust everything. We ended in the middle of the deck of the courthouse. Well, being too trusting can lead you into court situations, because you can get scammed. You can find yourself arguing in court or taking someone to court to get back something that they've taken from you. Or people could be falsely taking you to court for false claims. Again, because they put you in a situation where they might say that you have done something to them. So just be careful of the fake people in your life, because the ending of those relationships are not positive. It's going to bring legal drama where you may be victorious or you may not, but you still will get tangled up in it. And that's their intention, to cause havoc, to get money from you. It's whatever they can get. It's like a money grab, or just wanting to see you suffer, or to replace you in a particular role. Marriage. This could even be your partner. It could be the person that you love, that you sleep next to. You've heard of the term sleeping with the enemy? Yes. The enemy could be the man and woman that you fell in love with, that you sleep next to every night. So be careful of false marriages. Be careful of fake partnerships, of being caught out there on the internet, dating online, and people misrepresenting themselves. Be very, very careful, not only for you, but for your family members, that you're not signing papers or documents or giving out personal information that's going to trap you, right, in commitments and cost you financially or emotionally. So just keep your awareness and keep your vibration up, but also keep your antennas up, and go always with your gut feeling, Sagittarius. If you're feeling it, you're feeling it. And if you're not, you're not. And if something just doesn't sit right with you, it's not sitting right with you for a reason. But in order to do all of this and to be connected to this energy and know how, you've got to be the best version of yourself by being strong, by being intentional, by being engaged with the universe, with your angels, with your guides, and more importantly, with yourself. May you have a blessed and fun weekend. And don't forget, share, like, and comment. And I'll be back with the general weekend love reading. And also, we're going to start doing some mid-month updates very shortly. Namaste.